Hello.
Hey.
What's going on over there? You can put your hand down now. I'm James.
And I'm Evie.
And this is the weekly Living for Crits live stream. Tonight, we are on the road again in Pittsburgh. So, if you remember last week's show, we were in Kansas and Dodge City.
Kansas.
Which turned out to be much less, crazy. Oh, it wasn't crazy. We were very concerned because Dodge City on a Sunday was a tough, it was a tough night. There wasn't much there to do.
Interesting night.
But the next day at the Boot Hill Museum.
The museum was fun.
That was worth it, don't you think?
That was worth it.
And we got to see some really cool countryside we've never seen before. And we spent, let's think here. We were there on Sunday into Monday morning and drove to Overland Park and spent Monday through Friday.
5 days.
Up till yesterday morning, right? In Overland Park, Kansas. And
then we drove like 14 hours yesterday.
We went to Lawrence, Kansas too in the middle of that.
Huh?
We were in Lawrence to see the University of Kansas campus.
And then I solved the Rubik's Cube. First time.
That was a big deal.
It was a big deal.
That was a big deal. So today's Easter. So if that's a holiday you celebrate, happy Easter. And I don't know. We're back and we're going to talk about gaming stuff because that's what we do. We have a question here for the new Judge Evie Presides segment. Actually, the big focus tonight will be Judge Evie answering a question and me answering a question from the audience about the Peril of the Purple Planet box set. And it should be an interesting show, I guess. We have some viewers on already. Wild Die Woodard says you're dressed as a 7th grader. I put the hat this way, right? 'Cause that's how the kids wear it now.
Yeah, definitely. My
hair is terrible. So, that's why I had the hat on. So anyway,
my hair's interesting.
Billion6 says, Happy Easter, the day that Christ died and was reincarnated as a bunny who brings us candy and eggs.
Yep.
And then Jeff saying, hey, we have some great questions from Eric Martin. We do. He asked us one on the last vlog. So I'm gonna answer that one. You'll answer Bruce's question. Just as to gaming, we played a little Mutant Crawl Classics with some friends in Overland Park this week. You didn't, because you were in the kids' room.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of
very fun.
That was a shame. What a shame.
You made it such a big deal how I was going to get to play it. And then, sorry, sayonara, we're sending you to the basement. I think the
grown-ups wanted to have a grown-up game. Sometimes it's allowed. I might be in a little bit of trouble here over this. Hey, Chris, what's up, man? On that note, let's talk about what other gaming we did this week.
Wow, he punctuated his sentence. People punctuate their sentences.
Yes, there's punctuation.
No one does that. At least 7th graders.
7th graders don't punctuate?
They don't punctuate.
What do they do?
They just leave it hanging. Yeah.
What was your favorite thing from our trip this week? Because we're in Pittsburgh today. We drive back to Philly tomorrow.
Yeah.
So in Pittsburgh, for the trip this week, what was your favorite thing?
I like doing the museum. That was fun.
So the Boot Hill Museum?
The Dodge City stuff.
So just seeing the buffalo and
my tumbleweed.
Yeah, she saw a tumbleweed, which we've never seen before.
I saw a tumbleweed.
They don't exist in Pennsylvania.
They don't.
Which is sad. We should have more tumbleweeds here.
I want a tumbleweed. We have to migrate them to Pennsylvania.
So I think you need to have more dry weeds. Yeah. I think they're legalizing dry weed. Anyway, let's talk about what we're doing this week and stuff. I did what I was doing. If you're friends with me on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, you'll see that the one big kind of purchasey thing we've got here is we came home and we now have a invisible sun box. So if you don't know what invisible sun is, it's a Monte Cook Games role-playing game, which I hadn't really dug into before. It comes in a cube. So
big cube.
This is actually the box it comes in, and it's full of like a ton of stuff.
It's not that big.
It's pretty big.
It's like the size of your head and my head.
It's something me and Jen are gonna like dig into as like a couples thing and try to learn it. Because I think it's something. What, you don't think she's gonna do it? What?
Nothing.
What, you don't think? I'll never read these books. I'm already 35 pages into one of 4 200-page books.
You see how small the print is.
You gonna try? You want to learn it? The print is actually rather big.
Hey, it isn't that bad.
You're gonna learn it?
No.
Okay.
There. Merry Christmas.
I mean, if you've seen my my blog page, I'm a big Monty Cook Games fan, also with lots of Cypher System experience and The Strange and Numenera and all that stuff. So
keeps coming. Numenera and The Strange and the Cypher System, and now
this is actually the hand. I think it's called the Path of Suns. This is actually a prop for the game.
You give it a big high five every time you see it. That's how you do it. That's
I wish we had it before the trip started. We could have taken pictures of it in Dodge City.
It's like what do you call them? Those like Stewart things you take around with, don't you?
Stewart? Oh, Flat Stanley?
Yeah.
Like we could have done that. See, Eric Martin's asking, did you get to see the live gunfight show? No.
No, it wasn't there.
We didn't. It was a Sunday into Monday morning in the off season. We learned, which is, it's not as there's not a lot there. The museum was very affordable, and we had a solid 2.5, almost 3 hours going through it.
I got a hat.
There was a functioning saloon in the museum. That was cool. So it was great. I mean, I enjoyed that part. I think it would have been a more successful trip if we had gone sometime in the summer when they had like the rodeo thing going on, and they're building a whole second section. So when you're down there, like the main road through Dodge City, how it was in the 1870s is recreated, and that's what the museum is. Yep. You wind your way through, right? And they have all these artifacts and stuff from the time period. They have it's really well kept. It's inexpensive for a family of 5. It was like $40 to go through. So you figure that a movie for a family of 5 right now is costing us around $50 to $70 with snacks. It was a kind of a steal, and we had some cool things. We didn't sell anything.
No,
not even Evie.
Nope.
All right, let's move on to some questions. All right.
Yep.
Move the hand over here.
7th grader.
If there's any demand for me and Jen to do an unboxing video, I'm not much of unboxing. I've done like my very first video or second video on the Living for Crits channel was an unboxing video. There are plenty of videos about the Invisible Sun box, but if you want to see me and Jen's take on it, we can recreate our take from today. It was interesting. So it's a lot in there, but let us know. I'm happy to do that. I could drag Jen on camera, I'm sure. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's do your question first.
You go first.
Me?
You always go first. Keeping tradition.
All right. It's kind of a long question. All right. So Eric Martin asks, no, wait, why? Eric Martin asked in the last comment section. I'm keeping it on like normal. Thank you. Oh, I like my post accent. When you have time, would you do a review of Purple Planet? I'm interested but unwilling to plunk down $60 if it's just one ultra gonzo shtick after another. And then he further clarified, my question about Purple Planet is how well fleshed out it is. DCC generally has great ideas, but has a tendency to make everything ultra gonzo to the point of Three Stooges comical. What I've been able to find online makes it seem like a gonzo version of John Carter of Mars. John Carter, I don't know, I think he's the president of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. Wow, really, your education in these schools is making me scared here. It was a novel series. It was a series of stories by Edgar Rice Burroughs.
There was a Carter president, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Carter. It was not Jimmy Carter of Mars.
J's. Just mix me up.
Jimmy Carter of Mars would be a totally different, but totally like that needs to be a DCC adventure. I could run that. All right, here's what we're gonna say. No, don't run that.
No. The people have spoken.
Andrew Lyon says no. I guess no, don't run that. Oh well. Oops.
Shameful.
All right, so and Andrew being on in the chat here, Andrew was one of the players in my Purple Planet campaign. So obviously, if I say anything he wants to contradict, he can go for it. But all right, so Eric, as to your original question, my review of Peril of the Purple Planet. I recently this week on a post on Facebook, someone asked my top 5 adventure modules of all time, and Purple Planet is in my top 5.
Which one? One?
I didn't rank them, but it was a list that had Isle of Dread, it had Eschatology Code by Bruce Cordell for the Strange. There was Purple Planet on there, and there were 2 others. And off the top of my head, I just can't remember them. Night Train by John Goff for Deadlands. And why am I freezing up on? Granite Mountain Prison, which was out of a Dungeon magazine for AD&D Second Edition. My top 5. Hats off, like no question. Those suckers are amazing, amazing adventures. And Purple Planet box set is up there for me, absolutely. And you could run it crazy gonzo. You could run it more straight-laced and normal for as much as DCC does that. I don't think of a problem going either way. What it does, though, is it's a great box set and adventure series. It's not really a series. It's one large world you get to explore. And it is a hex crawl. So you get to explore the world of the Purple Planet any way your characters want to explore it. And I would say that no 2 sessions, like if I ran it a second time, it would not play the same way as it played the first time. So I really enjoyed it. I think there's a lot in there for any campaign. If you want to send your characters there just for 1 session, you can. But the box set also comes with a, can you stop? You're throwing me off.
I'm saying what you're saying.
I know. It's like you're killing me here. I'm trying to make a serious review, and like you're just killing me.
No, I'm helping. Because if they forget. That.
Anyway, to answer as serious as I can.
I won't say anything.
Eric, I'm getting in trouble for this one. To answer as serious as I can, I would say that for sure, absolutely for sure, it can be run as serious as you'd like it to be run. If your DCC campaign is maybe gritty but not comical, you can definitely do that. There are some supplemental adventures you can buy for it. Like one is called The Rock Awakens. I think it was Terry Olson did that one. And The Rock Awakens, you could just plop it in. It takes place on Purple Planet, and you can have it be like an encounter. It is a long adventure. It will take you a while to get through it if your players are really into the politics of dealing with the different like Beastman tribes, and they want to become raiders themselves. All that stuff. It's just. We get knocked off?
Is Grandma's internet acting up because of the lightning thing?
Can you all still hear us? I got knocked off. Let's ask.
I was being very calm. See, he doesn't like when I don't do my hand motions. The great Wi-Fi has spoken.
Here, let's ask here. Okay.
Huh.
We hear but not see. Odd. Okay, well, let's keep going. We can hear but not see. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi here in Pittsburgh. Maybe
my house got struck by lightning.
That did happen yesterday.
And it fried her Wi-Fi.
All right, we're going to keep videos back. Look at that. I don't know how it's going to look in the stream, but
that's
I don't know.
exciting to watch.
I guess I'll wrap up and say
hey,
Purple Planet is an awesome box set. And Eric, any other questions I can answer in the comment section, let me know. Happy to do it. A lot of viewers. Michael Bolam's on. What's up, Michael?
What's up? I follow you on Instagram. It's lit.
Here, put it on the camera.
I can't.
Here's a question that was asked here up above by Jeff here. Do you tone any DCC content down for kids? Or do you mostly just go with whatever is in there? Evie, do I tone down the content?
I mean, not really.
Okay. Well.
Do I?
No. No, you don't.
No, I did a little bit. I didn't know what repent meant, so I just put like death.
All right. Well, speaking of death, let's answer your question.
Okay. I screenshotted it, so I had to find it.
All right. Evie has a question from Bruce C. Evie, go ahead and read it.
It's right here, guys.
Read the question.
Hey, Evie, following on from the luck question from this week, what do you throw at characters who burn their luck right down? I sometimes pick the unluckiest character, that was in quotations, as the target of the next attack, but I'm looking for other ideas to taunt characters with super low, 3 or less luck. Cheers, Bruce.
So what do you do for the least lucky character at the table?
So we take a bloody thing and put it in front of them, and so you know to murder them.
Wait.
So like
be more specific of what we're taking here, because this sounds horrible.
So like I ran the sailors at the start. See, yeah, I said it right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had Beanie Boos that were doing. Can I say it some way?
No, I'm just responding to them. Go ahead.
So I took Beanie Boos, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically a stuffed animal with the biggest eyes ever. Yeah. And like this big. And I put it in front of them and I said, that's the unlucky thing. And I didn't really tell them that at first, but I gave it to them and they didn't know why. And then one time where they saw a giant red button and they were far away, but someone saw the giant red button and they said to push it. And so I said, there hasn't been enough death in this game. So when they pressed the red button, it blew them up. I know I say long stories, but you don't have to push it out there.
No, I'm saying because there's no chatter going on in the chat room.
Because they're listening.
Or get disconnected. So no, I think I can speak from experience. You don't tone anything down.
Some person
and you
when I
kill
ran,
us with
when I ran No Thank You Evil, some parents just glared at me.
Here's the question. So being you don't tone stuff down, which I wouldn't want to do either, have you ever had anyone's parents get mad at you? So Evie.
Okay, so I ran No Thank You Evil at the Monty Cook Games booth in Gen Con. And like I did demos. And there were a couple younger kids, but there were also older kids at the same table. So I decided to spice it up a bit for the older kids, but still try to keep it generally okay. And it ended up with them in a pit full of acid and lava.
Which is not really a no thank you evil thing.
Yeah, but like the older boys wanted it, but the younger boys didn't. And then I had one of the parents just look at me like, they just glared at me. And it's very, very interesting. But that was my experience. I try to be nice about it, but I do solve problems. Because one time there were 2 twins. I think they were 3 or 2.
At the same thing at Gen Con?
Yeah, I ran it
playing No Thank You Evil.
Yeah. So I was running the game, and they were fighting over who would be the princess. And I'm like, you can just write down both of the stats. And they're like, we want the princess girl in front of us right here. And the parents were like, do something. They're looking at me like, I'm like, it's your kids, but okay. So I took the card and I'm like, just put it in the center. And they're like, oh, yeah. But I do solve problems, too. I'm probably boring everybody, but.
Chris is asking, was this a Gen Con? If so, I feel like this should be expected. Then again, I don't have any children yet. I'm a bad source.
Yeah, I was at Gen Con. It was an experience.
I don't know if, Jeff, your question was more about like me running for, not more about, but my perspective is I usually tell the parents what their kids are getting into ahead of time.
I don't. Because I don't know.
You get a pass. You're young. You get a pass. You were 11 running DCC at that when you killed everyone that one time.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Who pushed the red button in DCC? Eric Martin. Didn't I?
You pushed it.
I stepped on it. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't a red button. It was a stepped on it. I stepped on a.
No, you flipped the doormat up that said death and pushed the red button that was under it, and then blew the character up with that had the.
That was when you TPK'd us.
That was when I TPK'd them.
Yeah,
that was also fun.
Joan Troyer asks, honestly, some players annoy the game so much. Don't they have a need for their characters to die?
They do. Yeah.
There's your answer. Don't they have a need? Yeah. Kill them. And also, to be fair, Chris is saying kids are watching worse things on YouTube now. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm watching I don't know, Sebastian Bales.
I don't know what that is.
It's a guy with a really interesting tan.
Okay. Interesting tan guy.
Mm-hmm. I was watching that guy.
Let's see here.
And Jeffree Star.
Any other questions? I think to wrap things up, because we're getting close to our
No, we're not.
Evie agrees with you.
It's been
Mike Bullum, what should I run next at Phantom of the Attic? Ooh, that's a good question.
You should run.
We should Mike. Seriously, I ran. If you don't have it, if you don't have Mutants in Toyland,
yeah, run that.
Mutants in Toyland. It might be tough to finish it in one session. Maybe you'd pare it down a bit. I ran it in 2-hour sessions. But Mutants in Toyland by Keith Garrett, which is an MCC adventure with an evil AI squirrel, and it's in a giant toy store. That was a lot of fun. I ran this week.
Touch Mrs. Nesbit.
Yeah, doesn't have it yet. Okay, but there you go. That's one to run. There you go. Evie, any other suggestions on what Michael should run at Phantom this month? More 5th edition. He runs 5th edition.
Don't do that. Let's see here.
She's not gonna. Let's see who's pushing a red button. This is Eric Martin says pushing a red button at DCC is a totally wildy coyote move. Here's a question. Jeff's asking, have you tried playing your unexpected wedding module with DCC instead of Savage Worlds? No, I haven't yet. There's no reason why I couldn't. I guess I would be really interested to hear if any of you all try it and doing that. I also have run it so many times. I'm not in a mad dash to run it again anytime soon. If that sounds terrible, I'm sorry.
That sounds terrible.
There you go. I was considering bringing it to Gen Con and running it off the books with another system maybe. But it would play fairly easy with DCC instead of Savage Worlds. I think that would be a lot more death in the game, possibly less of a chance for a non-violent solution to the challenge. So, yeah. If you don't know, I have an adventure I wrote called Unexpected Wedding.
You all should go run it.
It's on Drive-Thru RPG. It's for Savage Worlds, and it is. And it is my own kid doesn't even know. It's setting neutral, so you could run it using any Savage Worlds setting. So I thought
you made one for DCC.
I did not make a version for DCC.
No, another adventure you made for DCC.
I have some stuff on my blog. Wait,
the one you just made.
Which one did I just write for DCC?
I don't know. Was that the wedding one? You had the art done for it?
Yeah, that was for Savage Worlds.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
My own kid has no idea what I'm writing.
You made it sound like it was DCC.
Yeah, Chris, even if you make up your own setting, any setting, yes. So I ran the same adventure in Deadlands and also in Last Parsec. Same adventure. So it could go any way you want. There's some suggestions on how to run it in a different Savage World setting, or any setting for that matter. But the game, it actually not to pimp it out here. It plays like a Mad Lib.
I just downloaded the Mad Lib.
So it's a as when you to play the game, you print out like one of the pages, and your players give you options as you fill out the adventure, and the players populate it. So they'll give you words. You put the words in the adventure, and they help write the plot. It never plays the same way twice.
So it's kind of like those like story cube things.
Yeah, it was kind of inspired from like Mad Libs and Rory's story cubes, and different ways to run, and the Savage Worlds random adventure generators that are in the back of most Savage Worlds setting books. So the idea of having a completely random adventure every time you play it, you have no idea what your players are going to tell you, but one of the players is getting married, and one of their player characters getting married, and you get to see what happens. So the cover art is by Todd McGowan, who did a lot of the art for Carnival of the Damned, and he's a great, wonderful artist. So I was so lucky to be able to commission him to do some work for it. And then my daughter Carrie did some of the interior art.
She made a cake.
Yep.
She made a cake.
Yeah, she did.
Who's doing it?
But Charlotte Ergang was my partner on the project. She did all the editing and layout, and she is amazing. So it's as much hers as it is mine, because we were like both sounding boards back and forth. So it was a fun project, very fun project. So I think it's all we have for tonight. I think next week we'll be back to our regular time, which is 8 o'clock, pre-Game of Thrones timing, not trying to have it after the show. And we won't be traveling then. We'll be home. So
back in our original spot.
Back where we're supposed to be. So you need a word.
I don't know.
I'm going to say one, okay? I'm going to do, so here, we're going to wrap up with I have to move the computer around to do this, but our ending. Oh, we should say one more thing. If you would like to have Judge Evie answer your next question for her Judge Evie Presides segment.
I don't know what presides means, but that's the segment.
Again, she's really there. Really, really there. It's what's your email address, Evie?
My email address is dccjudgeevie@gmail.com. I did not make it. So
send your and this is just your email address for this kind of stuff. So send your questions there, and we will get you answers back.
Answers.
And or you can send questions for me there, and I'll answer them. But you don't want to hear from me. You want to hear from her on the gaming stuff. Or leave comments below. We'll answer those too. If you like the video,
we answer all.
Comment, like, and share the video, please. I'm sorry for the technical glitches tonight. Again,
it just makes it sound cooler.
What, the technical glitches?
We had technical issues.
It doesn't make it sound cooler. It makes it sound lame.
No, being normal is lame.
It's true.
We're not normal people.
So we're gonna wrap up with our ASMR.
Issues.
All right, Tom's on. Hey, Tom. Sorry you jumped on at the end here, but you can go back to the beginning and watch. Thanks everyone for participating. So my ASMR is going to be in honor of our title of our session. Who framed Roger Rabbit?
That enunciation was...
All right, do yours.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Pick one.
Everybody loves Mrs. Nesbit.
Have a great night, y'all. See ya.
Bye.